ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Super Awesome Game Review Show. I am your host, Nick Silviano, here's the title right here, and today's game we're reviewing is Transformers Devastation. That's right, one of the latest offerings from Platnum Games. I know the game came out a few months ago, sometime late last year or whatever, but here we are, finally getting around to reviewing this game here. I happen to have in my hand the Xbox One version, but you can also find this game on the PS4, PS3, and Xbox 360. So if you have any of these consoles, you can go ahead and enjoy this game. Game starts out like any typical Transformer story. You know, Megatron finds some shit and he decides to take that and go ahead and try to take over the world. His plan here is to, I guess, terraform the planet Earth by finding an ancient ship that was buried there years ago. This seems to happen a lot in the world of Transformers. There's always shit from their planet that somehow made its way to Earth by some chance. Millions of years in the past before they came here and got it. I don't know why Cybertron likes Earth so much that they keep dumping their shit here on our planet. But it's a thing that happens, and then here we are. So it's up to Optimus Prime and his band of Autobots to go out there and stop Megatron and his army of Decepticons. Which, how come there are like endless supply of Decepticons, but only like 5 or 6 Autobots at like any given time? What the hell is this? Why are there so many bad guys in the world of Transformers and only like a handful of good guys? Explain this shit! Pick a Transformer and go forth to beat the holy hell out of Decepticons. Choose from 5 different Autobots and fight throughout the city to stop Megatron and his evil plans. The battle system is standard Platinum fare. So standard I'm pretty sure they just copy and pasted a lot of mechanics from other Platinum games. You have your basic melee attacks as well as the ability to shoot various guns. You also build up a super attack after a while that does massive amounts of damage. Yeah, and when I say copy and paste, I mean copy and paste. I'm pretty sure it feels like that they took the entire battle system of Bayonetta, not kidding you, and just put a Transformers skin on it. It's almost like you got a mod of Bayonetta. It's almost like you got a Transformers mod for Bayonetta. It's just like weird. It even has the whole witch time thing where if you dodge moves in a certain amount of time, things slow down, you can get a couple extra hits in. I mean, seriously, it's like right there. I don't understand what this is. I mean, it kind of makes sense that it came out of this game pretty damn quick, and I think how they did that is they just took all the shit from the Bayonetta games and just transplanted it in here into Transformers. I mean, the combat and everything, it's all like there. That's kind of good and bad, because the combat's not bad at all. It's pretty fun. You can just run around and like fight these things, although basically if you get like the giant hammers and plays Optimus Prime, you're pretty much breaking the fucking game in half. I mean, seriously, it's just how it happens. As you kill enemies, you can collect parts and weapons that you can use and upgrade in the game. You can either do it between chapters or from designated switching spots in the game. The areas you play in seem severely limited. As it seems, there's only 3 or 4 actual sections in the game, most of which you just go back and forth in. Unfortunately, it can make the game feel pretty repetitive. Yeah, so the game only has roughly like 7 chapters and stuff like that. You know, you pick any different Autobot, the game is pretty much the same. The story's pretty much the same. You're going through there and you're fighting things, you're going to these locations and trying to stop Megatron and his evil plan. There's not really a lot of substance to this game, unfortunately. You know, there's not a lot of like levels. You're just in there with like different chapters. You're pretty much more or less in the same area for most of this time, and eventually you go back to this area and you're over here. You go all the way across this bridge, goes one area, you fight a boss, you go all the way across the bridge, go back to the city, fight another boss, and it just keeps going and going, and that's pretty much how you spend like about 5-6 hours of the entire game. So I'm not saying it's like a super bad thing, but it gives you that whole just, yeah, what the hell, we just made a Transformers game because we fucking felt like it kind of thing. And the story, you know, is pretty basically, look at it, it's pretty much like the plot of a Saturday morning cartoon, but that in itself is also kind of good because you get that nostalgia feeling for those of you who remember those cartoons. So it was pretty good. I mean, but at the same time, it's like they're not really doing anything we haven't seen before. Optimus Prime fights Megatron, and it's just like another Saturday morning. Transformers Devastation is a decent enough game, just not a really long one. It's a short, fun venture you can play between other games at the moment. It's definitely more or less an action-packed game, but you're spending more time like fighting big giant bosses than actual like going through the levels, but I guess that's not too much of a bad thing. It keeps the game from being too repetitive. At the same time, it ends up being repetitive. It's kind of hard to talk about this game. I don't want to say it's a bad game, but it's not particularly one of the best games that have been out there, because I don't think there's a lot of substance to it, and there's like not a lot going on with it, like that much at all. I mean, yeah, it's action packed. It's almost like it's pretty much a beat 'em up. That's what this game is. It's a beat 'em up. You're running back and forth. You're going to certain screens. You're beating a handful of enemies, and you move on to like the next thing and stuff like that. So I wouldn't exactly say, I don't know. It's a decent game. It's a nice little time killer. I don't know why they released this game at like $60 when it came out. It's just not really worth that much. I don't think the budget was that bad. I think you're just paying more for the license of Transformers than anything else. But hey, I picked it up as a Black Friday pickup, got it for $25. I'm sure some other people will be like, hey, I got it for less. And I think the game actually is about $20 right now, depending where you go. So, hey, that's not bad. I mean, I think it's worth a $20 price tag. You still want to pick that game up, go ahead and get it. It's not a lot going on. You have a basic plot. You're fighting enemies, and you're just having a good time by beating the shit out of enemies. And it's not really all that bad. But at the same time, I don't know what to think about it. It's actually going to be a pretty short review, I guess, because it's a very short game. There's not really a lot going on in this game that gives you a lot to talk about, and it's probably not going to be all that memorable for people to play it. But I'm going to go ahead and give this game a C+, because quite frankly, for what it was, I think it was pretty fun. You know, you get to fight you get to play with Transformers in a nice, cool way, in a Bayonetta type way. But hey, it is Platnum Games, and this is what they fucking do. They're like doing action-oriented thing. There's not a lot of variation in like the difference between their games based on fighting style. Pretty much the same. You're basically playing a game like this for the story, and unfortunately, as much as I love Platnum Games and their action-oriented things, their storytelling abilities to me just fall kind of flat. I enjoy their games, but the plots in them are just, I don't know. it's like it's entertaining, but really nothing that's gonna give me any shock value. Like, oh my god, I can't believe that. Just doesn't fucking happen. So anyway, like I said, go find this game, $20 or less. You have a good time trying to play it. You might have fun. You might not. You might think it's working play. I don't know, but as it stands, it was a decent game, but really not something you're gonna miss out on if you decide never to play this game. It's pretty much run-of-the-mill average action game. And if you enjoy that, which I kind of do, it's fun. But if you don't, you're not really going to have a good time in this game. So anyway, I will see you guys next time, and I'm very sorry for the short review.